Hey, everybody. Marcus C. Williams here. You know what, you guys? Something keeps bothering me about local politics. This year, we got an election on, and we got a whole bunch of people running for city council and running for the mayor and stuff like that. Here's my deal, right? The first question I have is is the mayor trying to lose? Like, is that what he's doing? Is he trying to lose? Here we are. It's National Victims Week, and the mayor gets on TV, and he's got some lady up there crying because she's lost family or something or whatever the case is. And I feel bad for her because people like myself and many others have lost friends, families to a number of crimes and drug overdoses, especially in the last couple of years. And it's terribly tragic that nothing is being done about it and the issues aren't even being addressed. But the concerning part to me, most of all, is that the mayor continues to say nothing about the crime, about the violence, about everything going on in our community. But then, because it's National Victims Week, you want to get up there and parade some poor lady around. And I'm not saying that wasn't a choice that she made because she wanted to call recognition to her issue, but you won't even address the actual crime and the violence that we are experiencing every single day. But you get up on the TV and you stand up for different photo ops and different things. Oh, look at this amazing thing I'm doing. Look at that amazing thing I'm doing. Bro, like, are you trying to lose to Mary Lupien? Honest question. Are you trying to lose to Mary Lupien? Every time we as the public see the mayor get up there and talk about something other than him doing something to address the drugs or the crimes in our community, we get mad as the community because he's not even acknowledging that it's a problem. And him, like Kathy Hochul, are like, oh, well, gun violence is down and this is so great and fantastic. We had like 12 people stabbed last week. Hello? Like, is this thing on? Tap, tap. Hello? Like, is this for real? Like, we had like 12 people stabbed last week. Can somebody talk about that? No? We had that gentleman that was shot dead in his store. Can we talk about that? The day that he did the conference on the illegal aliens and how he talked bad about our police officers, this lady was accosted at her job because somebody was trying to rob them. Did he talk about that? No. So why can't we talk about any of the things that are going on that are crime in the city? And here in the meantime, you got Mary Lupien talking about all this crazy stuff. Oh, yes, we've got to take care of all the illegal aliens and just forget about the citizens in the city that are struggling, the people working 2-3 jobs, the families that are food insecure, and the people that need extra assistance and stuff like that. She's just out here just gone so far left, she's fallen off the ship completely. How you doing? She's just fallen off the ship completely. Like, and it's a problem. It's a problem because these are our mayoral candidates. This is a serious, serious issue because none of them are addressing our issues. And it's clear that they are completely separate from what the issues in the community are. We care about the quality of education, which is super trash. We care about the crime in our neighborhoods. It's making it unsafe for our children to go outside and play, for you to even walk the street to go to the corner store. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is serious, serious stuff that is facing us every single day. But the mayoral candidates that are running so far, and nobody's saying nothing about it. Then we got some other guy who's not Rochesterian, who claims that he's a foreigner from India and has only been here for like 13 years. And he's like, I support illegal aliens. No, bro, no. You running for the mayor of the city of Rochester. We don't care about no illegal aliens. We care about being able to be safe to go to the store or being safe to go to our cars to go to work in the daytime. Don't nobody care about that. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're running for mayor of the city of Rochester for our citizens, and you're up there talking about some illegal aliens. They're not even citizens. What about our citizens? Who's speaking up for our citizens? Does anybody care about our citizens? Then we got all these clowns running for city council. Don't even get me started. Most of them I ain't never seen at a city council meeting. Hello? Is this thing on? Let me make sure. Because I'm just like, where have you been at? You're running for city council. Do you even know what the job of a city council person is? Do you know what the responsibilities are? Do you know what their actual office is capable of doing? Like, and again, this is me being frustrated with what's going on in our city because we got these people running for office again that aren't addressing the issues in our community. Somebody's got to be out here addressing the issues in our community. Public safety is important. Housing and home ownership is important. But these people out here talking about crazy stuff. Okay? They talking about, oh, well, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. Is that in your mandate? Like, can your office even do that? Can the city council do that? Can the mayor do that? You can't even do that. I'll give you an example. Last time city council race was up, we had some city council people that were running talking about, we're going to give free health care to everybody. You can't do that. That's not even something that's under the power of city council. So this is a serious issue. We got like 18 people running for city council right now in the Democrat side in the Democrat primary, right? I'm not a Democrat, so I don't care. But I do care because there's 5 seats available, and that means that somebody's got to get in those 5 seats, right? I'm running for city council. So I'll be on the ballot in November and in early voting in October. But the point is all the rest of these people that are running, how many of them are actually addressing our issues? How many of them have ever come to a city council meeting? One city council meeting. I've never seen most of these people, like 18 of them running. I've seen maybe 2 or 3 of them at a city council meeting. Are you serious right now? This is a serious issue. Like they're out here acting like, oh, well, I want to run for this. I want to do that. Do you know that city council is a part-time job? Like, it's not even a full-time job. Like, and the pay is like, so it's really a community service as it should be. But the fact of the matter is they see this as something that's, oh, it'll make them so holier than thou. It's some aggrandized position. When the fact of the matter is it's supposed to be about serving our community. It's supposed to be about serving our community. Jerry, I see you said something. Jerry, what'd you say? Jerry says, how do I do that? Okay. Jerry says, keep focused on supporting law enforcement and common sense policies. Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that. But that's one of the issues that we have that nobody wants to talk about. I haven't heard any of these people, other people running for city council talking about this. And this isn't me trying to give them one up or anything like that, but we need these criminals locked up. Like, that's it. It's that simple. Like, it's not complicated. We can't allow these criminals to continue to run wild and then expect there to be any safety for the children or for anybody that's trying to go outside of their house. You can't even be inside your house now because they just shooting up random houses. You just be in your house, get shot. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And it's a shame because who actually is addressing this issue? We got Mary Lupien running for mayor. She don't care. She won't even talk about the crime. She wants to get them. She wants to get a criminals hugs and stuff like that. I want the criminals to go to jail. Half of them need to be in prison, not jail. This is a serious issue. Like, I mean, you get to just shoot up random people's houses. Like, that's okay. You get to rob old ladies at bus stops. That's okay. Like, no repercussions. You can run ladies over with cars and not go to jail at all. Like, that's okay. Like, this is what we're living through in our society, in our city right now. And that's okay, Mary. That's okay with you, Mary. This is the problem. And then she want to talk about, oh, Trump and all of this and all. I don't give a flying monkey's uncle about no Trump, bro. Trump is not the mayor of my city. Trump ain't running for mayor. You running for the mayor of this city. I could give a flying monkey's uncle about the federal government. Right here. This is the government that's bending our people over in the city. Okay? Y'all all know I'm not a big fan of the federal government either, but the city is the problem that is the closest to the people. Public safety, that's an issue for our city. Okay? Where is our advocacy from the people that are on city council right now? Stanley Martin's running for re-election. What has she done except push to defund the police and put $5 million into the Police Accountability Board, which is trash, because if you really cared about the people and the children, you would have put that $5 million into after-school programs for the children. You'd put that $5 million into tutoring programs for the children. Okay, if you really would have done something, you would have put that $5 million into alternative educational opportunity programs for the children. Did you do none of that? No, you created some nonsense, which is full of people that hate the police to just get large salaries and pay for $20,000 window fixtures in their offices, paying $32,000 a month for rent for the office space when the city's got all types of buildings that they can be in, while people out here struggling and having to deal with all this crime and violence and drugs all the time. And that don't even go into the prostitution. And you on city council and you ain't got a lick of spit to say. You're an activist. I'm an activist. You're the reason why they burnt down all of the buildings and the stores in my neighborhood, my Black community. You understand what I'm saying? My Black community. I don't live in a white community. I live in a predominantly Black community. And she was out there to, how do you explain it? Inciting a riot, essentially, is how to say it nicely. Okay? I didn't forget that you were leading these people to burn down the businesses and bash out all the businesses in my neighborhood. I didn't forget about that, and I'm never going to let that go. Never. Never. The Family Dollar, the Rite Aid up the street, my business, the other businesses down the street. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you encourage those people to do that? I'm never going to let that go. Never going to let that go. Then got on city council and she ain't done a lick of spit in a positive manner for nobody in the community except her little collective clique. Disgusting, make me want to spit. Then we got the rest of them that's on city council right now. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. What are y'all doing that's running right now? What are y'all doing? Where is addressing the actual crime? Oh, well, we can't say anything because it's the state assembly and the state senators, and we don't want to run afoul of them because if we say anything, we might lose our office or our position or our donors or whatever. What? You in office to represent the city, to represent the people. Who's actually representing the people? Nobody's representing the people. Does anybody care about us out here? No. Don't nobody care about a lick of, none of us. They don't really care. People out here dealing with tragedy every single day. The drug overdoses are out of control. Do you even hear them talk about that on the TV? No, but if you walk through my neighborhood, you can see them all strung out. Plus, now apparently we got a whole bunch of white young males in my neighborhood strung out on drugs. We don't even have that many white young males in my neighborhood. Where'd they come from? So again, this issue with the drugs needs to get addressed, but they ain't about nothing. 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 It's issues that aren't getting addressed, and that's a serious problem. And can we talk about the prostitution and the human trafficking? No. Where are all the missing people at? Every single day you see stuff go up on the thing. This person's missing, that person's missing. Half of them don't get found. And nobody talks about that at all. How we got so many missing people. And then they don't even show 1/10 of the people that go missing in our neighborhoods and communities. They don't even talk about it. Like it doesn't exist. Like it's not an issue. But we had those illegal aliens that were getting investigated by Homeland Security the other day for human trafficking. And y'all wanted to come on the TV and talk about, oh, the police shouldn't have been helping them. Those people were under investigation for human trafficking. And y'all okay with that? Like, come on, is this what we're doing? It's frustrating. Then none of them support the police. You understand what I'm saying? That's a serious issue. It's hard to be a police officer. I wouldn't want to be a police officer because I'm not chasing nobody. I'm gonna shoot you. I can't deal. I'm not about that life. I'm not about to run after you. I'm not about to put my life in danger like that. No, I'm not doing it. So my heart goes out to every single law enforcement officer out there because I know it's not for me. I know it's not for me. So I'm very happy that they're willing to do that. Okay. Especially under these circumstances where they're continually torn down. Even with Chief David getting up there the other day and tearing down his own officers, that broke my heart. That broke my heart. Sad. Very sad. You know, and now the police are hiring because we've got like over 100 positions that are open. Who wants to be a police officer in this type of a climate and condition? Nobody. Because the police are continuing being denigrated, talked down about, called pieces of garbage, and then the criminals just get away. You try to catch the criminal, you lock the criminal up, they get out in 2 hours later, if even that long. So what about that? Can we talk about that? No. Again, and people on city council and the mayor, do you see any of them talking about the criminals? No. They don't even talk about the crime at all. They act like it doesn't exist. Because I guess, it doesn't affect or impact them, so it's not a problem. And that's a problem to me. Our community deserves better. Our city deserves better. That's why I'm running for office. That's why I'm running for city council this year in November and October. But see, this is my issue, right? Like, maybe I care too much. Maybe I'm too concerned about our community. Maybe I'm too concerned about the citizens in our area. I don't know, but I just feel, and it's not even a feeling, it's a fact. It's shown by policy and legislation. And when these people get out and talk on the TV, it shows that they're not actually addressing the issues that we're experiencing every day. And that's tragic. It's tragic and it's unfortunate because we deserve so much better. Then we see them get out there. Oh, do you know that, speaking of which, do you know that city council passed a vote the other day, maybe about a month ago? Okay. Reestablishing the how do you say it? Reestablishing the tax abatements for all of those multi-million-dollar buildings downtown. That's right. Those multi-million-dollar buildings downtown, they're not taxing them, but they just raised your tax assessments. Can you make that make sense to me? So the people that own the multi-million-dollar buildings downtown don't have to pay taxes, but they raise your assessments. So now you have to pay more. So rents went up. So the cost of insurance and everything else goes up. So now you got to pay more. But the people that own those multi-million-dollar buildings downtown don't got to pay no taxes. Explain it to me. Make that make sense to me. How is that a city? How is that a priority by city council? How could they even pass that? Did they tell you? Did they tell you that they passed that? That they made all of those multi-million-dollar buildings tax-free so they don't have to pay no taxes, but you got to pay taxes? See, nobody want to talk about that. They didn't put that in the news. They didn't do a press conference about that. You understand what I'm saying? These are the serious issues that we're faced with in the community, but nobody wants to talk about it. And it's very frustrating and upsetting. And to talk about education is so disgusting, it makes me want to spit. So to talk about the education issues that we got going on in our community, education is trash. The whole school system is trash. Trash. And I don't care what nobody got to say. I came up through the Rochester City School District. I graduated from the Rochester City School District. It wasn't so hot then. It's super trash now. And they try to say every single year there's tens of millions of dollars missing, and they failed every single audit. Every single audit the RCSD has had in the last 30 years, they failed it. And every single year there's tens of millions of dollars missing. Who's stealing that money? Where is the investigations? Why is nobody going to jail? Can somebody tell me? Because if you want to tell me that they're not stealing, clearly somebody's embezzling. Because money, tens of millions of dollars just doesn't go into the air somewhere. And city council is supposed to be the oversight for the school board and for the school district. Where's the oversight? Question mark. Where's the oversight? Why is that not being investigated? Are they all in cahoots together? I mean, it's something that you got to start to ask yourself. I'm not asking unrealistic questions. These are real serious questions. Questions that somebody's got to ask because it's clear that nobody wants to address these issues. It's upsetting. It's really upsetting when you watch it. It's like, no matter who they say they are or what they say that they're about, like they're all in it together, and none of it is for the interest of the actual people in the community or a relatively small and more so affluent group in the community. Like, that's serious. Like, who is addressing the everyday needs? How about all of these car break-ins and stuff like that? Who's addressing that? You mean we got all of these people breaking into these vehicles and stealing these vehicles and running over people and crashing into buildings and crashing into other people, killing and murdering people? Can we talk about that? No, they don't want to talk about that because that would be too much like right. Because if we actually had a conversation about that, they might actually have to do something about it, but they don't want to do anything about it. Why is that? Why won't they speak up about all of the crazy stuff that's going on? They're supposed to be our advocates to the next level of government, right? So if the problem is the laws from the state assembly and the state senators, have you heard them call them out one time? One time, just one time, have you heard them call out the state assembly or the state senators? Never, never. And I go every single month, almost every single month, and I beg them almost to call them out by name publicly to hold them accountable. Hold the state assembly accountable, city council. Why won't you hold the state assembly accountable? Because they're scared. They're terrified. I'm not scared. I'm not terrified. At some point, I'm going to die and I'm going to meet my maker. And I'm going to have to tell him that I didn't speak up for the people when I saw that wrong was being done and I didn't say nothing. When I saw that stuff that was unrighteous was going on and I didn't say nothing. Ain't no way that I'm going to go to the Lord and say, listen, I was on earth. I was alive. I saw all of this wrong happening and I didn't want to speak up about it. Sounds crazy to me. But our city council refuses to hold our state assembly accountable. They refuse to hold our state senate accountable because they're scared that they're going to lose their lunch ticket. You understand what I'm saying? But your job is to serve us as the citizens. You know, we've gone from a city with high home ownership to mostly renters. And then the people that are buying all of the homes here are transplants. They're not even from Rochester. They're coming to Rochester from other places. So the people that are buying the homes aren't even Rochesterians. So what about the people that live here that want to buy homes? What's being done for them? Are we working to address that issue? Oh, well, we'll build a couple of knockdown homes that are basically boxes made out of ticky-tacky that are super trashy, okay? Because, you know, costs of wood and goods and stuff like that is expensive. So we'll just throw up a Ricky Ticky Tacky shack and just sell it off, you know, and we'll subsidize that and we'll make that work instead of finding a way to buy up these properties that are actually in need of renovation and empty and stuff like that and boarded up because it's actually more effective to actually repair them, you know. And I don't know what the actual price is now, but it's somewhere between like $35,000 to $50,000 to tear down one of these houses and to flatten the lot. That's crazy to me. For that much money, you can repair most of these homes. So that's insane to me. That's what we're paying to do that. But nobody wants to address that issue. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about home ownership. I want to talk about home ownership. It's important to me that the people that are in our community, that we see the continued rise and increase in rents because of poor policy in our city. We see that we should be getting people that are long-term renters into home ownership. Why are we not focusing on that? Why is that not a focus for us? You know, but that'd be too much like right. But instead, we got all of these articles. Rochester is the best city in the whole universe. Everybody should move here from the four corners of the earth, and they should buy up all of the property, making it so freaking expensive that nobody can ever buy a home here. Make it make sense to me. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to poor priorities. You know, this is serious. Right now, Rochester people that are mostly benefiting from all of the poor policies that are being pushed forth are developers, not residents. Why should they benefit more than the actual residents? I have nothing against developers. But I'm saying if the developers are going to benefit, shouldn't the actual citizens benefit as well? If they're going to benefit, let's make it equal across the board. If you're not going to charge them taxes for the multi-million dollars that buildings that they own down there, don't charge the homeowner taxes. You understand what I'm saying? Make it even. It doesn't make any sense. Well, I mean, it makes perfect sense, right? Because you got to pad the pockets of your benefactors and the people investing in you, you know, when you raise funds and stuff like that. But we can't talk about that. Again, benign neglect or whatever you want to call it. I don't even know that it's benign neglect. It's intentional neglect at this point. They know what's going on. They know what's hurting the community, but they don't address it. It's frustrating. It really, really is. And I've seen over the last couple of weeks all of these photo ops and stuff like that with these people that are supposed to be our elected officials saying, oh, well, we're doing this and we're doing that and we don't care about that nonsense. And it's not that it's nonsense. Yes, it's nice, piffy things that you're doing and stuff like that. And that's fantastic. But we want safe neighborhoods. We want to be able to walk to the corner store. We want to be able to take our kids to the park. Heck, we just want to be able to be in our house and not get shot by mistake. Is that a lot to ask? Somebody tell me, is that a lot to ask? Is being in your own house and not being shot by mistake too much to ask? Is walking down the street and not getting stabbed by mistake too much to ask? Because we don't even have basic public safety. And it's unacceptable that we're going through this in Rochester right now. You know, and I'm running for office to make sure that we address these issues that we face every single day. And I'd encourage you, please do donate and volunteer on my website, Marcus4Rochester.com. That's Marcus4Rochester.com. But the thing is more so that I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, you know? And people that we have running for office for these positions don't even have anything real or tangible that they're offering us. And that is a very, very serious issue. We have issues that need to be addressed. I want whoever's running for office to address them. I address them, I give solutions, and I always promote different ways for us to move forward in a better way. But we got all these people running for office that don't know what the job entails, that don't have any solutions to anything. And a couple of things that some of them are talking about is stuff that is very low on the list of things that we need to do. And I'm saying that mildly because I got some other thoughts, but they're not very they're not very nice if I verbalize them, what's in my head. But we got parks that need maintenance that don't get fixed up, but they got money to fix up these other areas in nicer neighborhoods and communities. Make it make sense to me. This is a problem. We have lots of issues, but what we need now, more than anything, is people willing to stand up to the state government and say that you have created a situation where it's unsafe in our community, and we demand that you fix the horrible laws that are impacting our citizens every single day. And they should be saying this without fear of repercussions, and they should be saying this without concern for themselves because they're supposed to be our representatives. But the fact of the matter is our state right now is being run like the mafia. The Democrats in the state assembly and the state senate, Carl Hesty and Andrea Stewart Cousins, okay, and Governor Hochul, okay, they don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about our city. They care about how they can funnel money into their own pockets, how they can help the benefactors that are putting money into their campaigns. And because of that, they've gained an inordinate amount of power, far too much power. And now they use that power to manipulate our local politics. And we don't have any politicians with any balls or a backbone or a spine to stand up and say that this is unacceptable because they're too terrified. But if they're too terrified to say anything on our behalf, why are they the ones in office that are supposed to represent our behalf? You make that make sense to me. I catch y'all later. Make sure that you share this, like it, thumbs up, drop a comment, help share it out there. Y'all be blessed and be well. And remember, you can donate or volunteer on my website, Marcus4Rochester.com. That's Marcus4Rochester.com. If we're going to make a real difference in our community, I need your assistance. I need your help. Please donate. Please volunteer. I'm not able to do this alone. I need your support. I'll catch y'all later. Be blessed and be well. Remember, stand up, speak up, and don't shut up. Take action.